Welcome back to Sports Corner. I'm Lindsay Petruni with this week's edition of Excuse You. Guys, after placing 6th in the CSCHL playoffs this weekend, the Kent State hockey team gets an automatic bid to the ACHA National Playoffs. So how far do you guys expect the team to go?
Well, Lindsay, I don't know about you, James. I think they're going to go pretty far. They faced Liberty in the first game. They lost to them last year 9-1 in the first round. Liberty has a better record than Kent State, but I think you got the senior leadership, and you have guys like Ryan Gregory, you have guys like Chris Horgan that could lead this team far into the tournament.
And Ryan said it perfectly. Oakland won last year, and they really came out of nowhere. They were a higher seed. The big thing, though, is you got a couple big teams. I mean, you have Illinois that's undefeated.
Right.
They lost to them earlier. I mean, no one has beaten them.
Well, I mean, don't matter what kind of tournament you're going to. You don't want to be undefeated going to the tournament. You have the bullseye in your chest.
You wish you'd have one loss probably, but hey, you never know. We've had a lot of teams have a chance to go undefeated.
Yep.
But back to Kent, though. I mean, it depends. They have Coach Whitten always talks about offense. He told us one time he tries to get 7 goals a game, and if they don't get 7 goals, they just try to obviously outscore the team. But 7 goals is what they shoot for every single night, and it depends on if they can get the offensive going, because that's how they'll win.
We'll see what happens.
The Kent State women's golf team finished its first tournament of the spring schedule today, finishing 3rd behind Texas A&M and Michigan State. Guys, does the team have the talent to win its 10th consecutive MAC title?
I believe they do. Kira Meixner, she's been on the show last semester.
Of course.
She's a senior. She shot a low round of 66. That was her lowest of the year. As long as they have seniors like Kira, she does a great job. And obviously, I don't even think it's the players as much as is their coach, Mike Morrow. This is his 10th season. He's won the MAC conference every single year he's been here.
Well, James, if you look in the top 10 ladies in average score, there's 5 Kent State ladies in there, including Meixner and Kirby Dreyer. I just think Kent State is going to be overwhelming the rest of the MAC in the entire rest of the season. They're going to have the momentum going in there, and we know what Meixner's done in the big tournaments, and we will see probably on the LPGA.
And Coach Morrow does a great job of recruiting. He's recruited from Ireland, he's recruited from South America. I mean, he knows where these female golfers are, and he recruits them to come. Why Kent State? I don't know, but everyone decides to come here for women's golf, and it seems to be a great school. So I say yes, 10.
I couldn't agree more.
The Houston Rockets announced yesterday that they will honor former center Hakeem Olajuwon with a memorial outside the Toyota Center. So guys, what Kent State athlete deserves a statue in his or her honor?
All right, I have it down to 2. I think you kind of talked me out of the other one.
Yeah, I think so.
No, the one, okay. Now, this sounds like a homer, too, but other than this guy, there's not many famous guys that have gone to Kent State.
I know where this is going.
I'm going to say Jack Lambert because, my Lord, the guy's a Hall of Famer. He's won Super Bowls. Not a whole lot of people know that he went to Kent State, but if you put that statue out there in front of Dick Stadium, everyone will know. And, hey, Jack Lambert went to Kent State.
Oh, Jack Lambert, I could see that. But if you're saying, I don't know, think of what an athlete at Kent State has really done for the program and given him that national spotlight. You've got to go with Trevor Huffman. He took the men's basketball team a couple years ago to the Elite 8. What other athlete did Jack Lambert take Kent State football to a national title or to the conference, the MAC or whatever?
True.
No. The thing is, Trevor Huffman took that team to a
great.
big place.
That
it doesn't matter.
That is fantastic.
James,
let me tell you one thing.
It doesn't matter what they do after they leave here. It's what the legacy that they left here.
Yeah, let me tell you one thing. How many people outside Kent State University know who Trevor Huffman is?
It's irrelevant.
Nobody.
It doesn't matter.
Everybody knows Lou Holtz. They know Jack Lambert. Lou Holtz was the other one, but no one really knows. He doesn't really care about Kent State that much. But my point is, nobody knows who Trevor Huffman is. That would be ridiculous. If you pointed me Trevor Huffman out right now, I couldn't even figure out who that guy was. If he
I know. If Jonas was out here, he would agree with me that it would be Trevor.
Lizzie,
Huffman.
who would you want?
All right, can I just say, after Saturday, after seeing James Harrison and Josh Cribbs come out, I have so much respect for them for coming to the game Saturday, and they stuck around. They were at the bars. They were hanging out with the fans. I mean, I have a lot of respect for them after that, for sure.
I don't know if there's enough money to put up a statue, but it'll be interesting.
That's true.
Well, coming up after the break, the battle for Graceland, Tennessee and Memphis battle in Memphis for the right to be called #1. And our Sports Corner Pick'em panel breaks down the matchup and a spring training prank even the media was in on. Stay tuned for the full story. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Sports Corner. Now, before we start into a segment, I think Nick Saban needs a statue on campus that moves around once, like every 2 or 3 years. It makes sense. Okay, anybody. Now, back to our new segment here. Randy Zemrick alongside Three's Company, Lindsay Petruni, Jonas Fortune, and Drew Inagata-Biata. Now, here's how the segment works. Each week, we're going to pick out, 3 or 4 games that are real top games of the week, and our panel is going to discuss, have intense debate, like presidential debates, sort of, kind of. It's simple. You got the facts. We got everything. Now let's go to our first game. Kent State is coming off a big win against Ohio and take on St. Mary's and ESPN's Bracket Buster over the weekend. Now, the Flashes are first in the East and have the best record in the MAC at 21-6. But St. Mary's is no slouch. They're 23rd ranked in the country. Now, Lindsay, will the Flashes shine in the California sun, or will they return to the frozen tundra of Kent State, winless and disappointed? Lindsay.
All right, well, unfortunately, I don't think they're going to get a victory when they travel to St. Mary's because, all right, St. Mary's ranked 23rd AP poll. They're 11-0 at home. The West Coast Conference, I think, is tough. You got Gonzaga. You know, they've been to the tournament for, what, the last, 8 or 9 years. Like, I can't see Kent State getting a road win. They're 5-4 on the road.
I totally disagree, Lindsay, and here's why. One of the big facts with them right now is that the what conference are they? The West Coast Conference. They don't know how to play tough basketball. And if you look, I mean, this team has shot 593s, I think, so far this year. They're an outside team. They don't have that inner toughness. When OU played them earlier in the year, OU got 40 points in the paint against them with Tillman and Williams down low.
Very true. You know, if you looked up the word impressive in the college basketball dictionary, guess who wouldn't be there? St. Mary's. And they're a good shooting team. They're at 47% coming in as a team. It's not too bad, but they're a weak team outside or beyond the arc and at the line. I think it's safe to say we're all at all the games. I sit next to Jonas for a couple of the games. Kent State's playing their best basketball this season right now.
I agree with that.
Yeah, they've had 5 straight wins. In the last 3 wins, they've had over 77 points per game. And I think that's going to be a huge thing coming in. 2 straight years, 2 wins on the road in bracket buster games, Kent State.
One of the things to watch, Diamond Simpson is another player just like.
All right, good people, Drew Beata, Jonas Forge, we've got to cut you off. You'll have time in a second here. Okay, the Lady Flashes are struggling with their match unit of 7 players, but they are taking on an even more atrocious team in the Akron Zips. Both these teams are struggling, but this is a rivalry game. It's going to be close. Now, Jonas, my question to you is this. Does Kent State take that mass unit into Akron and come out with the win? Jonas.
Well, you know what? You can't call it much of a rivalry when it's 41-4 all-time in favor of Kent State.
I like that.
But, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the Zips in this one.
What?
Last time these two teams played, Anna Kowalska had 30 points and 12 rebounds. Kowalska, although there is a possibility she could possibly come in for this game, doesn't look like it's going to happen. She's out with a leg injury. And, the Zips, I mean, they've lost the last 16 meetings. Without Kowalska in there, the Flashes only have 7 players.
Well, I apologize to all our viewers. First, we had the Jack Lambert statue idea, and now we have this game, this pick. This is horrible, horrible. No, I'm playing. It really is. It's going to be a tough game. Both teams have been playing, iffy, kind of okay. I like Kent only because they've had a couple rough games. They've been playing really hard in 2 overtime losses, a good home win Saturday. I think they're going to go in against Bowling Green tomorrow, do a decent job. I think it's going to prepare them for this Akron game. I like them at home.
Listen, Akron has the worst record in the MAC East. They're 2-9, okay? If Kent can get a win tomorrow night at BG, that's 3 wins in a row. Could be 4 Akron losses in a row if Akron loses tomorrow. So I'm definitely going to take Kent State on this one for
Akron has lost 13 of the last 15.
That's true.
Lindsay and Drew drinking the Bob Lindsay Kool-Aid once again. Not good. Not good. Now, finally, number 1 Memphis is taking on number 2 Tennessee. Now, look, Memphis was taken by the brink against the Fighting Mike Davises of UAB. They barely won in overtime. Now, Drew, does John Calipari get his signature win against Tennessee, or do the Tigers show their true colors and just get utterly destroyed by Tennessee?
Well, you know what, Randy? Throw stats aside for this game because neither one of these top 2 teams is destroying anybody in the major stat categories. It's going to be all about basketball basics, who doesn't turn it over, and who takes good shots. That's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be very exciting. Number 1 and 2 teams. Tennessee is a good road team at 9-1, but I like Memphis with Chris Douglas-Roberts playing arguably at an All-American level. It's going to be a great game.
I got to take Tennessee in this one, man. I totally disagree. And the reason why I say that is Memphis plays a cupcake schedule in the Conference USA.
Very true.
They really haven't faced anybody since they've started their conference slate. Memphis isn't going to go undefeated this year, and Tennessee is going to be the team that knocks them off.
The way I feel about it, the number 2 team has won 5 of the last 6 meetings up against the number 1 team. I mean, that's a really big stat.
Nice.
And Chris Lofton, the last game they played Georgia, he hit 5 out of 7 threes after halftime. He's hot from outside. I think he's going to do big things for them in this game. I think Tennessee's going to pull it out.
Anybody named Lofton's fine by me, and Tennessee does have a couple really big wins this year against Xavier and Vanderbilt. Memphis has some decent wins. This is really going to be the first time they face anybody tough since their Georgetown win back in December, excuse me. So I do think Tennessee has played the tougher schedule since then.
There you have it.
Yep.
Speechless. Out of all that, you couldn't contribute something for 5 more seconds. But that's a good first segment. Good job. Good job. We'll look for more next week, and Sports Corner will be right back.